Hey there, hopefuls, and welcome back to season 2 of the Hopeful Simplicity podcast. We're going to continue with our 15-minute finds to build on those small space successes and talk more about some common organizing situations, questions, and topics. I can't wait to continue to simplify, sort, and sustain our organized and less stressed lives together. So let's jump in. Today's 15-minute find is taking us to the office. Papers. How is it in such an electronic world, digital world that we live in, that paper stacks still happen? I don't know. I know, but I don't know. So today I want you to focus on checking in with your filing system. Is the sorted system successfully working for you and your home team or your office team if that's where you're working at today? Do you need a bin that's an easier put away? Do you need a process that's an easier find? Or is it actually working for you and maybe you just need to let me update these tags a little bit. So today we're going to make sure that that paper filing system is sorted and set up for your organizing success. Now set those timers and tune in as we talk about today's organizing topic.
Hey Melissa, I have a question. How do I start organizing my house?
Today's topic is brought to you by the Small Space Successes book series. From determining your personal organizing style to implementing the 3S method, the Small Space Successes series has you covered. Order your copies on Amazon and get your hopeful organizing journey started today.
How do I organize my house is one of those frequently asked questions that can kind of be circular. Because sometimes you get the people that how do I even do this? I don't even know how to start. What do I do? All of these things. And maybe it's because it's already been attempted, right? That mindset of, yeah, sure, I'll never be that popular TV show or that popular organizing book or fit into whatever mold society is telling us we need to be. So I don't even know how to start because I've already tried it, right? I've already tried it. It doesn't work. I'm never going to be that way. And I think starting to organize or even considering to start, it's shifting the thought of what do you even want? What does organizing mean to you? And what does being organized mean to you? So if you want to start organizing, is the final product in your head what you see on TV and in magazines? Or is the final product in your head manageable, less stressed? I know where my stuff is. My family knows where my stuff is, or at least the parts that they're part of, right? At least the shared spaces. So when you're asking, how do I start getting organized? Knowing the final product is the reverse question. Instead of how do I start getting organized, it's more of what's it going to be? What does organized mean to me? Organized here at Hopeful Simplicity is everything has a home, right down from the keys to the paperwork to where the kids put their jackets. That's organized as for us. That's it. It's just everything has a home. Everything's a maintainable home, a sustainable spot where we can easily keep and stay organized. It's not a difficult process. It's not, I have to go out and I have to start by buying 500 million containers that all match. I have to start by getting rid of everything. I have to start by doing this, when in reality, I have to start by knowing what I actually need and want and what it means to me and my home team and our family. So how do I start getting organized? After you know what your final outcome would be, I would say, what's pissing you off the most, right? We don't want to start getting organized by going to my sentimental kids' clothes or those memory moments that we captured in photos. I have a box of photos and that's where I'm going to start. Oh, heck no. No. You're going to start with something that's probably frustrating you or pissing you off, or just oh my gosh, if I have to move this one more time, or why do I even freaking have this? That's a great place to start. Not somewhere that's going to touch your heart or make y'all I'm going to go down memory lane and sit in this pile of sucky and I never want to get organized afterward. So let's start somewhere manageable. Somewhere that's going to make us feel better in 15 minutes once we're done purging a little. It's for me, it's paper. It's almost always paper that I find people are like, I am so sick of moving this pile of papers off of my countertop to get dinner ready. I am so over the pile of papers and the pile of mail and the stuff that gets brought home from school and work that gets piled on the table. And then I move it to the countertop so we can eat at the table. And then I move it back to the table so I can clean up for dinner. And it's just like that pile of crap, of crap, for lack of a better word, that just gets moved. It gets moved from here to there to get dinner ready, to do homework, to eat, to clean, to that pile of, I just have to move it because it doesn't have a home or a system yet. That's normally a really, really great place to start. Once you have that started, it's kind of like a fun wheel of like, oh, okay, that's manageable. What's next? And then eventually you build the skills and tools and unlimited power to get to those harder things, like those memorable moments, or the things that have been handed down, or the things that are a little more emotionally attached to. That's later on. Don't start there. Start on the what's going to provide a solution tomorrow. If I go through this paperwork and I get rid of what we don't need, I shred what needs shredded, burn whatever, recycle, whatever that looks like, and I go and I file it, cool, now I don't have that paperwork pile there tomorrow that's just going to irritate me. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm so sentimental about this bill I have to pay. That doesn't even register in my brain, that junk mail and paperwork is going to be sentimental. So it's not going to be an emotional heavy lift. That makes it a great starting place. Sometimes it's clothes. Like, goodness knows it can be clothes when I haven't worn something in forever and I always have to move that over to get to what I really want. No thanks, hard pass. So if it's something that is frustrating and you find yourself repeatedly moving it, that's a great place to start. Let's just tackle it. We're going to start here, simplify, sort it, set up a sustainable system, and be happier tomorrow that we don't have to dick with it. But more importantly, now that's got a system, right? Now that's not going to be an issue tomorrow. Now it's going to be less stressful because it's no longer a point of frustration. So how do I get started organizing? Where do I get started organizing? All of those things. Once you know your organizing style and all of that, and once you are open to the ideal of achieving what you actually want from your home, what you actually want from your spaces, not what society is telling you, or what you go to the supermarket and you see all these pretty things and that means I'm organized, right? No, it's what you actually want. So once you've started, you know your style. Once you've started, you know what you want from your space. Now you're just going to get started with a simple space by simplifying it, sorting it, and sustaining. And it's just going to take 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and that system is ready to go. And now you've started your hopeful organizing journey.
Today's episode was sponsored by the Organizing Style Quiz. Personal organizing styles can vary from person to person and space to space. Determining your style for success is the first step toward simplifying, sorting, and sustaining an organized life. Grab your complimentary quiz online today.
And that's it for today. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share this with all of your favorite friends. And until next time, stay hopeful.